A look at the Model 3 motor switch, Model 3 heated seats, and a new law going into effect that will impact EVs. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 370 for February 28th, 2018. We start tonight at ChargeDVS.com, where we get a little insight about Model 3's motors. In a switch that may have flown under the radar for many, Model 3 uses a motor equipped with permanent magnets rather than the AC induction motors equipped on Model S and Model X. This was an interesting move for many reasons, not the least of which is a car company that preaches sustainability moving to a less sustainable manufacturing practice for what will be its highest production product. But we now get a little insight on the decision, courtesy of Tesla's chief motor designer, Konstantinos Lascaris. At an industry convention in Chicago, we got several salient quotes from him regarding this decision. I've picked a few of the best for your entertainment and education. Quote, "So, as you know, our Model 3 has a permanent magnet machine now. This is because for the specification of the performance and efficiency, the permanent magnet machine better solved our cost minimization function, and it was optimal for the range and performance target. Quantitatively, the difference is what drives the future of the machine, and it's a trade-off between motor cost, range, and battery cost that is determining which technology will be used in the future." End quote. So, in case you need to be beaten over the head by the answer, the permanent magnet motor was the most cost-efficient route to go. While he wasn't at liberty to speak in specifics, Lascaris did broadly speak to how Tesla eventually arrived at the decision. Quote, "Understanding exactly what you want a motor to do is the number one thing for optimizing. You need to know the exact constraints, precisely what you're optimizing for. Once you know that, you can use advanced computer models to evaluate everything with the same objectives. This gives you a panoramic view of how each motor technology will perform. Then you go and pick the best." End quote. He further added, quote, "This is the beauty of optimization. You can pick among all the options to get the best motor for the constraints. If we model everything properly, you can find the motor with the high performance 0 to 60 constraint and the best possible highway efficiency." End quote. This should be no surprise to anyone, as Tesla has long spoken about utilizing simulation technology to augment real-world testing. The whole article has more info available, and it's worth your time to give a read if you're into the nuts and bolts of the Model 3. Staying on the Model 3 topic, a Redditor posted and then removed their post that seemingly confirmed the existence of heated rear seats on the Model 3. Luckily, at least for now, the Imager post of the seats remains available. I was late to the party, so I never got to see the original post, which one commenter mentioned to be good content. From the picture, it would appear that engaging either of the front seat heaters displays a full image of the internals of the car. From there, this allows you to tap the rear seats to enable the warmers. Previously, this functionality was unavailable, and many wondered if the car would be equipped with rear seat heaters. But apparently, a recent teardown confirmed that at least on some cars produced, the hardware does exist, at least on more recent models. Good news to Model 3 owners that took the current production car, you now have a little more bang for your buck with your car. Lastly tonight, we finish at Electrek, where we have some long-running legislation that has been pushed back again. The law would see all EVs or other similarly quiet-running vehicles to be required to install noisemakers to alert pedestrians of their presence. This bill has been worked on since 2013 after the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration determined that EVs and hybrids have a 19% increased risk of hitting a pedestrian. The bill has languished as it originally would have been enacted in 2016 and was again pushed to next year in 2019. However, it seems that it has been pushed again to 2020. I selfishly hate this law, as one of the reasons I love my Model S is how quiet it runs. However, if a little low-speed noise saves some lives and saves injuries to folks, I can't be a heartless jerk and fight it. The only thing I'll leave you with is a video over at the Fully Charged show that I always remember when this subject comes up. Robert Llewellyn makes great points that it is on the driver to ensure that they're not mowing people down in the street, regardless of sound emitting from the car. We also see in the video that on the outside of the car, EVs aren't necessarily as silent as many believe, as the blind man in the video easily identifies the car coming even at a creep. We'll see if this continues to get pushed. It would seem that Tesla does have a solution ready and waiting if pressed, as for a couple of years now a schematic has been public, and it's in the first link in the show notes, that shows the pedestrian noise system designed for the cars. Make sure you check out the links to the full stories in the show description. While you're at it, please consider supporting the show financially through Patreon at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. As always, thanks to my super patrons, John Waltauer, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, John Rich, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Keeley, and Mitch Long, supporting the show at the $10 plus level. If you can't support with dollars, please be sure to show your love with positive reviews and subscriptions on YouTube, iTunes, and other services across the internet. That's it for tonight. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I'll see everyone back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.